Budgets get a bad rap, often because they're associated with penny pinching strategies like buying a drip coffee instead of a latte, or walking instead of Ubering, or staying on your parents' Netflix account well into your 30s. And I'll admit, I've done all of those. But in reality, budgets are much more about being deliberate with every dollar you earn. And if used appropriately, they can be one of the most empowering tools in your financial life. Now, if you're an actor, a musician, a freelancer, an entrepreneur, anyone whose income is dependent on a gig, a contract, or a project, you know that building one of these can be pretty challenging. So here's 3 steps to help get you moving in the right direction. First, understand your spending habits. Figure out your bare necessities, baseline non-negotiables that you have every month, but then also understand where the rest of your money is going. A lot of times I see people who will find they spend like $1,000 a month on DoorDash or have subscriptions to a bunch of services that they don't use anymore. That doesn't mean you have to get rid of those right away, but it's important to know which levers you can pull when the time comes to make some adjustments. Second, create what I call a budgeted income. Now, if you know exactly how much you're making every month, job's done, you can stop there. But if you only have a rough estimate of what you can expect during the year, but don't know when it's going to come, use that number and divide it by 12 to get your spending guide. And if you have absolutely no idea how much you're going to make in a given year, it's okay. Start with that non-negotiable number from step 1, and then supplement it as needed with any savings you may have. But be sure to stay conservative here because it's always easier to adjust up than it is to recover from overspending. Lastly, instead of getting super granular and detailed on every line item of your expenses, separate everything into buckets. So have one for needs, one for wants, and one for savings and investing. Now, you may recall other videos where I've talked about the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your money goes towards needs, 30% goes towards wants, and 20% goes towards saving and investing. And this is a great starting point. But anytime your income exceeds that budgeted income, consider flipping the ratio. So 20% goes towards needs, 30% goes towards wants, and 50% goes towards savings. That way, when things swing in the other direction, you won't be knocked off course. Now remember, this is just a guideline, so be flexible when you need to. Don't beat yourself up too much if you make a mistake. And be sure to spend some time building your budget because this will be one of the most helpful tools that you have. Have any questions about building your budget? Be sure to reach out and follow along for more tips on how you can take control of your financial life.